Has it ever occurred to you to question whether she is subtly showing you interest or whether you're merely... Sometimes the indications are imagined, are obvious, but let's face it, the majority of men miss them since they're not focusing on the right specifics. We're delving into 6 today. Clear indications that a lady wishes to sleep with you while we investigate these signals, viewed through the prism of Stoicism. These indicators are not overt, but when acknowledged that they become, by the end of this video, it's obvious you'll see things completely differently. Appeal. So stay with me, since you may be shocked to learn how much one lingering eye has been absent. Let's begin by contacting one of the top clear but frequently disregarded indicators. Maintaining eye contact is one way, too, of the most effective nonverbal. You may learn a lot about communication from just a quick look can transmit strong messages, particularly when they persist longer than normal. Consider this when, if someone is merely curious, they'll turn away after a short while. However, when the woman looks at you a little longer, she is not telling you this by accident, anything without uttering a word. But let's not talk too soon. We are prone to misinterpreting this type of something. That's when Stoicism is useful. First lesson teaches us to be patient, perceptive, and completely present. You're not merely responding. Impulsively, you're focusing on the nuances as if you were speaking with a woman and she looks directly into your eyes. She keeps her eyes on you and holds your look, perhaps even grinning a little. That's an invitation. She seems to be signaling you to enter her space, that she has a deeper interest in you level now. You may feel compelled to overthink things or behave rashly, but as a Stoic, the objective is to maintain composure while breathe held her sight for a moment, demonstrating to her with assurance that you've learned on the signal without appearing uncomfortable. You're allowing her, not pursuing her. Come to you, that serene assurance is the epitome of what a Stoic man is, about consciousness rather than overreaction. Let me ask you a question. How frequently have you seen women maintaining eye contact while brushing, dismiss it as unimportant, and give it some thought, maybe lacking anything crucial? Intentional sign 2. Let's take a moment to discuss touch. One of the most telling is the minute touch, modes of communication regarding appeal, but it's also among the most easily misunderstood. The key is here. It all comes down to intention. When a woman intentionally touches you, whether a gentle pat on the arm or putting a hand on your knee, is more than just an informal gesture. She's trying things out. Observing your Stoic reaction now encourages us to pay attention and remain in the now. The minor details, if her touch persists a little too lengthy, or if she discovers subtle methods of making contact, it's an indication that she feels at ease in your presence. On the frequency of her arm contact when having a chat or casually, her hand resting on your shoulder. These aren't arbitrary motions that serve as indicators of an attractive man who is Stoic but doesn't become agitated over this. He doesn't overreact, but he stays grounded. Acknowledging the gesture she made as a Stoicism as a sign of interest isn't about disregarding these signals, but in a calm manner recognizing their greater significance. When she continually touches you in various situations, it's how she invites a nearer connection in real life. For instance, your second lesson, enjoying themselves while seated at a table, dialogue, and she touches him lightly. Your arm as you chuckle about something you stated, that the touch is brief, longer than normal, which isn't a coincidence because you would pay attention to a Stoic man, but not get too enthusiastic. Instead of staying, keep your cool and show her that you're in command of the circumstance. The more calm, you are the one who is more interested in her. Turns into sign 3. She looks for privacy. One of the most obvious indicators is talks. A woman's interests extend beyond. She begins with casual conversation, requesting a private meeting with you. Talks Know of how packed space or via text message if she's making attempts to spend time alone with you, which is a strong sign of deeper interest. Let's dissect if she recommends going outside for some fresh air. Air, or if you receive a late-night text from her, when no one else is present. These aren't random acts, are deliberate, she says. Wishes to establish times when it's only. She is putting the two of you to the test. Reply to determine your willingness to reciprocate. This is where Stoicism enters the picture. Putting Stoicism into practice helps us to be self-conscious and unbiased in our encounters. A Stoic man understands that when a female looks for these personal, when she is vulnerable, she is expressing her desire for a more personal relationship. But rather than making snap judgments or rushing into things that help you maintain your sense of groundedness, you watch her steps and allow the situation to develop. Naturally, as an example, let's state, she recommends that you go to the party you are at. Step outside for a brief respite from the sound she's making at the time. It's her, a place for the two of you alone. Method of expressing her interest in establishing an emotional bond, and maybe as a Stoic, you don't physically hurry or exert pressure on the circumstance. You keep your cool and let her lead the way. Consider this. Have you ever experienced someone made the extra effort to speak with you in private, but you didn't give it any thought of it? But what if that was how she's signaling for signs of interest in a flirty body? Body language frequently conveys messages, more powerful than words, and in terms of attractiveness, particularly when a woman has a deeper interest in you. Level her body will frequently show it. Prior to her ever saying we learn to pay attention via word Stoicism, due to the fact that these non-verbal clues can be the most truthful kind of interaction. So, what ought you to be? Searching should begin by observing her posture herself if she leans in close to you, closer if she mirrors you or when you speak. Your actions are violating that. Personal space is an imperceptible boundary. Third lesson. Her method of establishing intimacy without uttering any Stoic words keeps you centered and written so that you can observe these slight changes without responding spontaneously. Then observe how she touches her or plays with her hair. Face. These minor actions are frequently unconscious indications of anxious excitement or allure if she has her legs crossed and gestured toward you. That's just another subliminal clue that she's intrigued. The important thing is not to a Stoic man who overthinks or becomes overly enthusiastic, understands these signs but fails to leap to action. He gives the opportunity to develop organically while keeping equilibrium between genuine patience and confidence, an example from life. While you're speaking, she's teasing her hair while keeping. She may be leaning forward or making eye contact. Her body is tilted toward you these days. Are all indications that she finds you attractive? A Stoic man would not panic. Recognizing these indicators without receiving carried away indication. 5. Often praise. Acknowledgements are among the most straightforward methods of communication when it. Regarding attraction, however, when a woman often compliments your attractiveness, it goes beyond just flattery. It's an indication that she's paying attention. Pay attention to your appearance and how you display yourself, which frequently indicates that she's attracted to you both emotionally and physically. This is when Stoicism comes into play, Ali. A Stoic man refuses to accept praise, not brush them off or enhance his ego. Off as unimportant, he admits them for the signs that they are greater interest when a woman gives a compliment, your appearance, your grin, or the manner in which she carries herself in a way that declaring her attraction to more than your appearance. She is attracted to your display, your self-assurance, and the way you make her believe that a man is still Stoic. Calm during these times. Not allowing the praise determines his value. But but acknowledging their significance indications of in a real-life attraction situation. She might mention that you always look so put together, or you smell fantastic. These praises aren't only regarding appearance, they're around the way you make her feel when you're around. The Stoic man accepts the compliment, yet refuses to let it dictate how he responds. He maintains his composure and shows he is self-assured without having to. She mentions Suggestive in validation, sign 6. Subjects the clearest indication that a lady is looking for a closer relationship. Connection. She begins to bringing up sexually provocative subjects or remarks. It's not anything that occurs accidentally. Women are frequently more subdued than males when communicating there, as well as by bringing up these subjects. She's experimenting to see how a Stoic man doesn't jump at you, but you will. The chance or become overly influenced by enthusiasm, yet he remains grounded, pays close attention, and reacts carefully when a lady raises lesson number 4. Suggestive subjects that she wants to find out if you're old enough to deal with the dialogue with poise and assurance. For instance, she might say something amusing regarding a movie scene or makes reference to she's testing you with something flirty. Reply to check whether you both agree. As a Stoic, you maintain your composure, participating in the discussion but not hurrying into anything that makes you feel peaceful demonstrates your mastery of your feelings and aspirations, which only make she finds you more attractive. To sum all, Stoicism instructs us that, although we have no influence on the behavior of, we have power over how we react to people. They are attractive in this way. It's important to recognize these 6 signs are about human comprehension. Conduct on a more profound level without making snap judgments or responding impulsively if you are able to recognize these symptoms. It's likely that a lady is signaling that she's not simply interested in informal dialogue, but as a Stoic person, you stay cool, patient, and composed, letting the relationship develop. Of course, there's no need to hurry, since assurance comes from understanding that everything will go according to plan. If you discovered value in this analysis of Stoicism and allure, remember to click the like button and sign up for the channel for additional such stuff. Press the alert bell so that you keep checking back for updates, and I'll see you in the following one.